Gentlemen, approaching the perfect lady, building a genuine connection and starting a great relationship is just as difficult or maybe even more difficult than starting your own startup or a business. I mean, it does not matter what your goal is or who your type is. You need to show up and you need to do it consistently. Alright, so sex, love and attraction. The three very interesting words that can get one's ears ringing. Sex, love and attraction. The three tabooed words that can get you into trouble if you are not wise and smart in thinking. You see, a major chunk of my mid-20s was spent in understanding this nuance, this world of pickup artistry, game, social dynamics, seduction and attraction. Therefore, I might not have been a serial entrepreneur, but I sure as hell was a serial dater. So yes, if there is anything in this world of men's self-improvement that I'm actually half decent at, besides the classic men's fashion, fitness and grooming, then it is this. Yes, dating, seducing and attracting the pretty ladies. So what is it that I have learned? What are the red flags that I would want you to avoid? But most importantly, what are the few key takeaways you should keep in mind as a single lonely man who wants to change his single depressing life? Well, let's find it all out. Gentlemen, my name is Mayank Bhattacharya. This is Relationship Essentials, Dating Essentials or Life Essentials.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being...
You want to date? Why do you want to actively start seeing pretty ladies? Why do you want to actively start making an effort towards changing your single, depressing, non-existent dating life? You have to know it, you have to answer it, and you have to do it with a clear mind. Because gentlemen, going out on your first date will not be easy. Doing your first approach will not be easy. Asking her out, getting rejected, and doing it again with someone new will not be easy. This is not a day's work and this is not a child's play. Yes, your aging hormones can help you in some way or the other, but with consistent rejections and consistent failures, you can only ride on it so long. So, besides your estrogen-starved and testosterone-charged mindset, you will need more. This dating process will demand more. So if your motive is not clear and sorted, if your why is not genuine and honest, we will simply not be able to follow through, fail-proof this and make it happen. Now for me, in my early days, in my early 20s, when I got into this world of pickup artistry, the motive was just pure excitement. I mean, honestly, I do not know if it's my Bengali origin that has that special affinity towards the divine feminine. I mean, truth be told, little did I know that the feminine energy inspired me to do great things in my life. Things that I thought was nearly impossible to do in my life. And I simply couldn't stop myself from not being in that phase or not being around them for my pure growth and excellence. But this was my why. Your why could be making a girlfriend or even a boyfriend for those 5% of the ladies watching this channel. Or your why could also be things as simple as losing your virginity, getting over your dating anxiety or your approach anxiety, seeking a friends with benefits, a casual fling, a hookup, or even something as serious and exclusive as a long-term healthy relationship. Your motives and your whys will keep evolving with you, as it should, because that's the sign of personal growth. So do keep an open mind to all the possibilities, to all the opportunities that this world might bring into your life. But now that we are clear with our motives and whys and cemented it in our cortex so that we don't let it lose any time, let's get you started. Let's move on to the next part, which is the effort. I mean, forget about 100 to 200 dates. You probably only need 5. Yes, 5 solid dates to figure out what you are attracted to and who do you connect with the most. Now we'll talk more about the connection and attraction in the later part of the video. But what I do want you to focus on right now is getting yourself to your first date. Yes, gentlemen, your first date, because the amount of effort needed to successfully land a good, solid first date in today's world of highly incompetent, socially awkward men is fairly high. Now, in order to successfully land your first solid date, you probably need to ask out 5 girls. For that, you probably need to approach 5 to 10 girls. You will also probably need to style yourself, groom yourself, and look your best in the process. TME Basics and Cabs Grooming can do it for you. You also need to make sure that the date on its own goes quite smoothly, because if it does not, there won't be any more second dates whatsoever. And gentlemen, that's the reason we talk about the need or the importance of the consistent effort. Yes, it will take you consistent effort to ask out 15 to 25 girls in your life. Yes, it will take you consistent effort to show up, engage, entertain, and build a genuine connection with the people in line. I mean, all your previous thoughts about relationship and dating will be rain checked and you will be thrashed hard. If you ever thought starting a relationship was an easy feat, you will be questioning yourself, and you will be questioning yourself hard. Gentlemen, approaching the perfect lady, building a genuine connection, and starting a great relationship is just as difficult, or maybe even more difficult, than starting your own startup or a business. I mean, it does not matter what your goal is or who your type is. You need to show up and you need to do it consistently. Now, once we do sort out our motives and build our consistent effort and discipline muscle in the practice, the next best thing that comes to my mind is building the connection that we talked about. Yes, attraction is important and attraction can get you started, but it is the genuine connection, the friendship or the companionship that keeps it going. Because like it or not, gentlemen, attraction fades with time. She'll always not look like she's 25 and you'll not be the same when you're 35. So where it might be true that being an attractive man or a woman can make it a lot more easier for you to get laid or land dates, it does not make it any easier for you to retain those dates or sustain a healthy long-term relationship. What are your values? What are your morals? What are your family views? And what is the take you have in your career? How much do you both value love and connection? How much do you both value hard work and ambition? These things are not talked about, but these things are highly important. These commonalities might sound boring to you right now, but if you do want to genuinely connect with your partner and find that perfect one who will make absolute perfect sense, you have to keep this thing in mind. You have to know it the best. Which brings us to our pre-selection and approaches. Now, depending on our personalities and lifestyle, we need to start surrounding ourselves with like-minded people, like-minded women. Because no matter how hot or attractive you become, you'll not be everyone's date. You will not be everyone's first choice. Not everyone will be drawn towards you. Not everyone will be attracted to you, and it will be likewise. So you need to become a little more self-aware. You need to become a little more objective and put yourself in such places where you may end up finding your potential partner, where your potential partner might be spending her time as well. For example, I connect well with smart ladies, fit ladies or ambitious ladies. I don't simp over pretty beauties, I simp over the strength, the intelligence, the confidence and the personality. So for me, I usually find these types of girls in premier institutions or colleges. I usually find such women in fantastic gyms or premier corporate houses. Because if she is just pretty and attractive, I can't really connect well with her. Therefore, it seldom makes any sense for me to go out to a nightclub and seek my partner there. It is intentional and I do it for this specific reason. And gentlemen, for this very reason, I don't even go out on fancy dates. I take people out on walks, drives or a simple ride around the town, as many would say. I mean, this has been my go-to dating approach or go-to dating activity since 2016. And I have been consistent at it. Why? Well, because authenticity and connection to me triumphs any fake, manipulated attraction. I mean, we can always dress up and I can always put on my monk strap, wear my suit and go to a nice place for our exclusive dinner or fancy night out. But that only makes sense if there is a genuine connection in place. Remember my dating philosophy: lead by attraction, but sustain by connection and authenticity. Now, a common but a very impactful dating technique that I picked up from my filmmaking and storytelling background is painting a picture. So whenever I ask someone out, whenever I take someone out, I cut out the noise and I prioritize on the main characters. The main characters being me and my date. I prioritize the details, I prioritize the moments, I prioritize the little things. Why? Well, because A, it comes very naturally to me, and B, because nobody else does it anyway. Everyone otherwise is busy focusing on the noise, is busy focusing on the bells and whistles, where I try to play in the minute details. Gentlemen, I make the date feel like a movie with constant change in landscape, scenes, emotions and feelings. It becomes a movie, it becomes a story where both of us are the lead characters and the noise of the world does not matter anymore. Again, this is not easy, but this comes very naturally to me. Now, if you're the kind who likes to party or who likes to eat fancy food or go to fancy cafes and restaurants, by all means, stick to that and do that instead. Just make sure it's something authentic, something genuine, and something honest to you. Because the more authentic the experience is, the more you will be in that experience and not try to fake it. You being present, you having fun in that moment, you having fun in that activity, you being involved in that date is the key factor. Because truth be told, gentlemen, energy is conducive. If you are genuinely happy, if you are genuinely enjoying yourself, even doing a simple walk around the beach or dining a fancy meal at a 5-star hotel, it has to come authentically to you. If you are genuinely in the moment with her at that place, she will feel it and you will know it as well. But if you are doing all of this just to impress her, just to make yourself sound and look like a cool macho guy, she will see through it as well. She'll either end up using you like a gold digger or her sugar daddy, or she'll just walk right past your fake narrative. Gentlemen, authenticity is underrated. Authenticity is very attractive. If you are trying to impersonate a foreign character, or if you are trying to fake yourself to be somebody else which you are truly not, that too on the very first date, then why the fuck are you even dating at the very first place? Yes, being your average negative self is the worst self-help advice ever. But in order to change it, in order to fix it, in order to transform yourself, you need to become your own better. Yes, you need to become your best version and not somebody else's. Now, a few key lessons or red flags I'll want you to keep in mind when you're enjoying this phase of your life would be as follows. Avoid the unavailable, toxic or complicated situationships. Yes, if you have been single and lonely for a long period of time, and if you get attention from any girl, you'll probably be desperate to take it. Now, this is where I'll not want you to fall into your hormonal trap and use your brains wisely. If she's dating someone, if she's seeing someone, if she's already in a relationship, or if she's married, she is not worth your time. She is not your time. So gentlemen, your mental health, balance, sanity and focus is way more important for some petty sex drama. You are better than this. You can do better than this. Save yourself from the toxic waste. Save yourself from the jail time. Please stay away from such toxic time. Number 2, don't get lost in the sauce or don't get deluded. I have lost myself in the process of seduction or pickup, where I was on my high horse and I thought I was not ready to be in a relationship. I was not ready to see someone because I wanted to explore and see a whole bunch of women. Well, what ended up happening was that I kept chasing my dating tail and lost on some genuine solid women who could even make fantastic girlfriends if only I was not high on my hormones or deluded. So yes, this process can get exciting, it can get very enduring. So explore it while you can, but keep evolving yourself in this process. Your dating motive, your dating goal as a 22-year-old should not be the same as a 28-year-old man. This is something you have to keep in mind. Number 3, no matter how high the urge is, avoid manipulating or tricking women into having sex with you or date you. Why? Well, because this is not only morally and spiritually corrupt, but this can also get you jailed. So why bother do it anyway? If you're only about casual sex, if you're only about hookups and flings, there are plenty of women in today's society who are also only looking for something casual, something non-serious. I would personally have you approach them, find them and be with them instead of trying to manipulate someone or trick someone into becoming your type. And 4th, last but most importantly, don't wing this shit. Have clear goals, have strong motives and keep evolving with it. Remember, why are you doing this? Remember, why are you taking the time out in your life and prioritizing in your dating space? Why do you think this is so important? Why do you think it deserves the hour it needs, and what is the overall outcome of it? What problem does it solve now, and what problem could it solve later in the future? How important are those problems in your life, and how much more value can they bring into your life? These questions are nuanced, these questions are unheard of, but the clearer you get with these questions, the sharper your approach and more focused your dates will be. I mean, rest is all fun and games. Rest is all an exciting phase. Stop scrolling through your Instagram, Tinder or Bumble. Get out and start meeting people in real. I mean, I'll probably do a video where I talk about dating apps and meeting people on dating apps in general, and how toxic could it be for people who never really have dated anyone in real. But in general, as a rule of thumb, you can't really do much on these apps if you haven't really done much in your real life. So kindly get out of your house, find the spots where you can find your potential partner and start mingling and interacting. My name is Mayank Bhattacharya. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one. Jai Hind. Take care. Happy dating. Unlike all the other hair paste and waxes available in the market, this is very natural. Yes, heads up, is indeed scalp friendly. So, no shying, maximum styling. Now, like everything else, mastering a hairstyle is also a time consuming process. The first few tries, days or weeks might take you longer than usual to style, but with time and patience, this will become second nature to a well-kept image, persona and style. Show your newfound image, your newfound persona, show yourself off to the amazing world. You never know who's waiting right around the corner. Happy grooming, dear gents. Jai Hind.